What's up everyone, Tech Me Out here, and today is the day that I will be delivering the very first episode of my new weekly series that you can catch every Monday, the Perfect Setup Battle. If this is your first time hearing of this, I'll have a video linked down below that you can check out that gives you all the details regarding this series and the requirements to submit your setup. But in today's battle, I will present 5 setups in which you can choose the winner from by casting your vote down below. The results will be tallied up on Saturday and the winner will be announced on Sunday via my Twitter and Instagram pages. As the winner, you will receive a gift card to Amazon or iTunes, plus your setup will be featured on my website. Now in today's lineup, we have Charles, Braden, Kanikskin, Melvin, and Gerald. I'll be showing their setups and mentioning a few tweaks that they have installed, but their full tweak list will be provided down below in the description box. So without any further ado, let the battle begin. Now my first submission comes from Charles Spears with his theme that he calls Casual Executive. Starting with his lock screen, he kept things fairly standard with the stock clock accented by a colorful wallpaper that came with his Vanilla 9 theme. Now in taking a look at his home screen, we have Vanilla 9 and all of its beautiful glory. To get this setup, a few tweaks were used, including HideMeX, which got rid of certain stock items, CC Clean and CCSettings 9 to customize his control center, and to add more icons on his home screen and dock, he used betterFiveColumnHomescreen and betterFiveIconDock. Changes were also made to his notification with the use of SimpleCenters and redesigned notifications. Now these gorgeous high quality wallpapers that you see in his setup will be linked down below. Overall, I think this particular setup looks pretty good, especially with that Vanilla 9 theme. I appreciate you submitting the first theme ever to my new series, so big up to Charles. Now next we have Simply Smooth submitted by Braden, and I think the name he chose definitely does justice for his setup. Now his entire tweak setup is going to be given to you down below like I mentioned earlier, but in looking at his lock screen, we have a few things here. So we have LockPlus running, which gave him this stunning theme, and installed on his passcode screen is RomanPasscode, which switched his keypad from numbers to Roman numerals. A very unique look. Now the circles around this were cleaned up with SleekCode. Now when you unlock his device, you're greeted with this pastel squared theme known as Pure, which kicks things off in a great way on his home screen. Now things are kept very minimal within his status bar through the use of tweaks such as HideMeX. He also themed his notification center and his messages application as well to further tie things in with his blue and black color scheme he has going on here. So good luck, Brandon. I appreciate your submission. Now my third submission comes from Kanikskin with his somewhat relaxing clean setup. And I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but he tweaked things slightly on his lock screen with LockPlus and HideMeX in conjunction with Priority Hub and Watch notifications. He also spiced things up on his springboard with the layout that I'm personally feeling, where his apps are on his home screen and all of his folders are down in his dock. This look was achieved with tweaks such as Anchor to move icons where he wanted, mixed in conjunction with Iconoclasm to better align them where they should be. In conjunction with this, iWidgets was used to get his text on his home screen to further indicate how his home screen is sectioned off with apps at the top and folders at the bottom. He also tidied things up in his control center with a few things that will be listed below. Overall, I think it looks fairly decent, kind of giving you that stock jailbroken feel with a few tweaks here and there to slightly switch things up. So big up to Kanikskin. Thank you for your submission. Now submission number 4, better known as Wake Up, comes from Melvin White, who swagged things out a bit with his black and purple theme. He first changed the look of his lock screen with the Yera LS in addition to LockGlyph. He also made adjustments to his passcode screen and topped things off with a beautiful home screen setup with the classy widget to keep things up to date at a glance for the weather, the date, and the time. This is honestly one of my favorite widgets. But his unique icons are themed with Odin for those of you who are curious, and Melvin's setup also stretches out to his control center with tweaks such as Braggy that was used to make the background of his control center match the artwork of his music. Very good look. BioProtect is also running in his setup to add that extra flair and more in-depth protection by keeping specific apps locked down. This swagged out setup looks good, so thank you, Melvin, for participating in this week's battle. Now my final submission comes from Gerald Welly with his setup called French Fry. I swear every time I look at this, it makes me hungry. It's that wallpaper. I love me some French fries. But anywho, the all-time classic Cataracs theme is running on his lock screen along with LockGlyph. HideMe 8 was used here as well to hide certain elements, a very common tweak that we're seeing in a lot of these setups. And things were kept real simple in terms of icon appearance with his white minimal theme known as Gotham, one of my personal favorite themes actually. He also used the Zooboy 8 paint theme in his status bar. So thank you very kindly, Gerald, for submitting this delicious looking setup as well. Now that's going to wrap things up for my 5 contestants this week. Please cast your vote on who you think had the best setup by stating their name down below in the comments section. Should the win go to Charles, Braden, Kanikskin, Melvin, or Gerald? Now again, the winner will be chosen this Saturday and announced on Sunday via my Twitter and Instagram pages. So follow me up there to find out who left with the win for my first ever perfect setup battle. Now if you're interested in submitting your setup for the chance to be featured on one of my upcoming battles, or you're just curious about the details of this perfect setup battle series in general, then click the link in the video or check the description box below. Other than that, check back next Monday for episode 2 of the perfect setup battle. I got some really gorgeous setups that you definitely don't want to miss. Till next time, as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.